welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're one of the 5 people here. It's reading time. Obviously it's really gloomy here today, that might be relevant. There's been kind of heavy energy going on lately. Kind of touched on it in my Taurus full moon reading. If this resonates, you might want to check that out. This is something I've been channeling for a couple days now. I kept hearing like trial by fire or running the gauntlet. It's about someone's comfort zone regarding relationships, and that they almost have to be such a struggle. There's a deep-rooted belief that relationships have to be painful and difficult, and there has to be this like arduous journey to make something work, and how that pattern is being challenged right now so that someone can break that thought process and have a much healthier relationship. If that maybe sounds like you, we're gonna get into it, see what you guys need to know about that. We have the Lovers, 3 of Wands, and Queen of Cups. 3 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Wands. We have Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck. Tell me more, please. Thank you. We have Hierophant, 3 of Cups in reverse, 8 of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles, King of Swords in reverse, bottom of the deck. We're starting out with this Hierophant energy, which makes sense. This was connected to my Taurus full moon reading. A lot of lessons are kind of coming to a head with this full moon. You need to walk away from something that isn't serving your highest good with 8 of Cups. Something you do need to let go of. On 8 of Cups, we have like the let go potion, but we also have the soul journey. Connecting that to Hierophant being like learning lessons, self-actualization, gaining knowledge and wisdom, becoming a more mature, more evolved version of yourself is definitely part of your soul's journey. There's a major lesson to be learned here. There's like really heavy energy surrounding love. There's a lot of conflict with 5 of Wands, competition, disharmony, fighting to be heard, fighting to make something work. But again, it's going back to that like trial by fire, running the gauntlet kind of energy, where you guys feel like this energy is almost a necessity. This conflict is an expectation for you guys within your relationships. It is a comfort zone for you. 8 of Cups is leaving a situation where you do feel kind of comfortable. It's settling behavior to stay here. It's very much like your comfort zone will kill you kind of energy. This 5 of Wands, there's a familiarity for you in conflict and strife and in struggling in a relationship. The 3 of Swords coming out above 5 of Pentacles. You guys anticipate heartbreak around every corner. Even like subconsciously, you guys assume that relationships will become painful, they'll become oppositional and contentious. There's going to be this emotional despair, this heartbreak, betrayal even. We have 3 of Cups in reverse. Can be a third-party situation. In some decks you see like 2 people and then a third person essentially acting as wedge. It's like 3 is a crowd. You don't have to interpret it that way, but that's the way I do. 222, as we're getting into this part, you guys assume that this is ending badly. This person is going to abandon you or hurt you. You'll be at a loss, it's not going to work out, and you're going to be left to pick up the pieces. You're hyper vigilant, you're always looking around the corner because you feel like this situation, the painful ending, the heartbreak, you feel like it's always just like waiting around the corner. That's your comfort zone. Does that make sense? The hypervigilance, the radar set as sensitively as possible, scanning, threat assessing, seeing every little thing under a microscope. That's normal to you, right? 8 of Cups, that's your norm. You expect that. That's what you anticipate. That's your comfort zone in relationships. You always have to be looking and analyzing, and it's like you're used to it to the extent that you feel uncomfortable if that's not a thing. It's that anxiety response of maybe if you hyper analyze, maybe you can see it coming, detect the threat before it happens, and maybe, just maybe, that will save you this time. I've seen it coming before and it doesn't help. Queen of Cups, you guys are very intuitive. You've seen it coming, you've known the heartbreak is coming, and it hasn't helped. It still hurts just as much every single time. This reading is more so about like the overall lesson to be learned here. It's not about this person specifically. This person, King of Swords in reverse, they don't communicate very well. They're not able to articulate what they feel, what they think. It's honestly probably pulling teeth to get them to communicate. And so this person has been pretty triggering. You guys want to be talking about everything. You're talking about it so you can hyper analyze it, if that makes sense. And this person isn't really like playing ball with you. It's almost making you guys spiral more. I'm trying to threat assess, but you're not giving me enough information. I do want to switch decks and grab some more information here before we continue. Thank you. 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. This one is like pretty closely intertwined with my Taurus full moon reading on TikTok, so if you guys want to go watch that, great. Tell me more. 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups in reverse. It's anticipating that things are going to go badly. 5 of Cups upright is looking at cups that have spilled in the past, relationships that haven't worked out in the past, situations where you guys have been heartbroken, blindsided, betrayed, abandoned, and then assuming that that pattern is going to hold true for everything coming forward. This pattern you guys have, this anxiety response, it's not like that just materialized out of thin air, right? Unfortunately, people have given you reason to be suspicious, kind of be looking around every corner and expecting something bad to happen. 10 of Swords, painful betrayals, endings, backstabbing, betrayal. It's happened, right? So please be gentle with yourselves about this. This pattern, the way your brain is working, is just your brain trying to protect you. But it has put you in this situation, 8 of Swords, where you just aren't seeing things clearly. Traditionally, this depicts someone wearing a blindfold. These swords are all of these anxious thought patterns, their ruminations, their worst case scenarios. Oh, well, they said that little thing that one time, so maybe that means this, and if that means this, then this, and if that means... I'm seeing that imagery from like a detective show where you have all of the pictures and all of the information on a board, and then you start connecting it with the thread. And that's you guys, but 24/7, constantly overthinking and trying to get out ahead of it, trying to find the ways that this person is going to betray you, abandon you. You're trying to find the signs. You're trying to control the situation by getting out ahead of it. Even if it gets to the point where it's like you're not even in the moment, you're not really enjoying this relationship for what it is, because you're just constantly looking like, how is this going to end badly? 5 of Cups also gets to the point of self-sabotaging. You get really uncomfortable waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's almost a sense of relief when you are proven right. You've been looking and overthinking, and then a person does betray you or does leave, and you're like, okay, well, you know what, I did see it coming, I was right. And you start getting into that confirmation bias place of, you know what, your brain does like to be proven right. If your deepest rooted core belief about this situation and about this person is that they're going to betray you, one, your brain is looking for evidence to prove you right, so you're going to have a negative interpretation bias. But it also gets to the point where it's like you get uncomfortable when you aren't being proven right. You see these new cups, you're like, well, they're going to spill because the ones in the past have. And if it doesn't spill on its own, you might spill it yourself. That's where this 7 of Pentacles in reverse is coming in, is this lack of patience. If this is going to blow up, I think you guys kind of want it to blow up. This is just all for nothing. This is going to go badly. It's going to end in heartbreak. Part of you would almost like rather get that over with. Yeah, tell me more here. Yeah, 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands in reverse. It's time to walk away and release these burdens. These thought patterns have been holding you down. They've been weighing you down. It's been a burden. I think I said the other reading, like albatross around your neck. It's taking so much enjoyment out of this relationship because, again, negative interpretation bias. Always hyper vigilant. You're seeing everything through a microscope, but it's almost like it's an evil microscope, right? You're not seeing things objectively. For a lot of you, this is like a boiling point where it is time to start having a very real, raw conversation with this person but also with yourself, taking that look in the mirror and being like, okay, these patterns are not serving me. I have to break them. Easier said than done. Of course, it's a process, but that process does need to start for your own mental health. This isn't necessarily about saving this relationship specifically, but this relationship is bringing these things to the forefront. Tower, literally. What have we been saying? Boiling point, breaking down. The tower brings destruction, and it will break down things that aren't serving you and aren't serving your highest good. Feeling like relationships are always going to be such a struggle. Like I said with the full moon reading, something has been festering and it needs to come up to the surface. 9 of Swords, literally all of this anxiety. 7 of Wands in reverse, this is trying to protect yourself and defend yourself. This anxiety is a shield in a sense. Like if you can overthink enough, you can see things through the worst case scenarios enough and protect yourself. And it's never happened like that in the past, right? It's never been any easier just because you saw it coming. It still almost feels like a shield to you. It's 7 of Wands in reverse. This isn't actually protecting you. Some other reader said this a couple of days ago. If anyone remembers who it was, please tell me. You're laying landmines for yourself to step on, where you expect this trial by fire in your relationships. What it is ultimately is like, it's not actually protecting you. It is essentially just creating third parties. Every little thing is interpreted as a threat. So of course it's gonna make it a little bit harder for relationships to actually, function, right? Okay. With the star, that was weird. Oh, perfect, yeah. With the star, with Empress. And it's not to say that you have to be with this person. Full moon reading for some of you, again, like the healthiest thing you guys can do is end this relationship. Take some time by yourself. For some of you, 3 of Wands, traveling forward, traveling in a new direction, embarking on this new healing journey, like healing to a new extent. That needs to be alone, and that's okay. And for some of you, there's like a breaking point in this connection, and things can move forward better, and there can be more hope and faith and optimism and healing together. You take it how it resonates, use your discernment. This is a really triggering connection, to be totally honest. There are a lot of lessons to be learned through knowing this person, which isn't to say you have to be together forever. It's just to say that you guys met for a reason. There was higher purpose to being in each other's lives. It's triggering in the sense that it's the catalyst to change and healing. Maybe they also have an abandonment wound, but it comes out as avoidance and yours comes out as anxiety. That's so common in soul connections to have those matching inner wounds, but then the way you guys respond to it are complete opposites. With the Lovers, soul connection energy, Emperor and Empress, divine masculine and feminine. There's reason, there's method to this madness. Maybe they're showing you how uncomfortable you guys are in patience. Honestly, like 7 of Pentacles, this might be a very slow moving connection, and that might be really triggering for you guys. Maybe you guys don't know how to feel safe in stillness and silence, and maybe this is a connection that again has moved very slowly, so you guys have a lot of that. Of course, again, this person taking accountability, they're not a very good communicator. They're not good at having those vulnerable conversations. They're not very comfortable with emotional intimacy. I feel like that Taurus full moon was again this breaking point, boiling point. Both of you having to be so for real, so raw, full accountability. It's like, it's not fair that this person leaves blanks for you to fill in. They should communicate better. They need to push past their fears of emotional intimacy. They need to start breaking their avoidant patterns so that they don't create all of these blanks. You guys need to take that accountability that you guys do fill in those blanks. You fill in those blanks with a million different things and all of them are negative. Is it necessarily fair that you guys are interpreting this person and their intentions as worst case scenarios because of things people in your past have done? Also, no. This isn't a call out on you guys specifically or them specifically. It's like, this is showing both of you where you can heal and both of you where you can do better, and lessons that both of you can learn so that both of you can be better versions of yourselves going forward. And maybe it's separately, maybe it's together. That's not really the point. And I know we would all love that to be the point of soul connections, to be together forever. This is my person, my destined person. It's we're gonna trigger each other. We're gonna hold up a mirror to each other and show each other exactly where you need to heal. You guys also balancing out this Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands energy. You guys have such a big heart, but this is also moving with a lot of confidence and self-assuredness that you guys are okay. Like, even if this relationship doesn't work out, if the next 3 relationships don't work out, you guys are so strong, you'll be okay. You some oracle cards going. Moon, Dark Night of the Soul, triggers and disharmony. Temptation in reverse. You guys do have a temptation and almost like a compulsion to see the worst case scenario. Disharmony triggers conflicts. Literally this 5 of Wands, running the gauntlet, trial by fire. There might be some level of putting people on trial, putting your partner in a minefield to see if they set it off. I don't know if that's almost easier versus like just being so hyper vigilant. Maybe you guys put them in a minefield to see what they do. Maybe there's temptation to challenge them to see like, will you leave? And maybe this person does it too. Honestly, if they have more of those avoidant patterns, they might start creating space and pushing you away to see if you go. But you guys might start creating disharmony and conflict to see if they go. Both of you have kind of tested each other. That's really where that like trial by fire is coming in from, is like, I think both of you are making this a hard connection, maybe subconsciously, but I think both of you are like making things harder than they need to be to see if the other person sticks around. Both of you have that same core wound of, I'm going to be abandoned. Maybe you guys feel like there's always someone else, there's always betrayal. Maybe they feel like they're not worth sticking around for, whatever it is. I think both of you have made this honestly way harder than it needed to be. If you pass all the tests, if you are able to run the gauntlet, then you'll believe each other that they actually want to be here. Moon, shadow side, Dark Night of the Soul. The shadow work aspect to it is admitting those truths to yourself. It's that hard, raw, very real look in the mirror that maybe both of you have been putting off. It's admitting things that maybe neither of you wanted to admit to yourselves or to each other. All of the analogies I was getting for that Taurus full moon were like kind of nasty, honestly. It was like cutting out the rot. It was a festering wound finally being drained. That's the reality, is like healing isn't pretty, right? Them, very closed off, guarded, resistance. A lot of guardedness getting in the way of having this family home commitment. You have a lot of guardedness, but you guys do too, but just in your own way. People are really quick to talk about how the avoidantly attached person isn't emotionally available, but like neither is the anxiously attached person. Just saying. You guys just, you do it differently. We have reflections, projections, limitations, and fears. Again, you are projecting fears onto this person. They're projecting fears onto you. Both of you are almost like carrying burdens and paying for things that neither of you did. The way both of you guys have shown up in this connection so far is fear-based, and you two are a mirror for each other. Ooh, I thought it was going to come out again. Literally. Self-worth, control tactics, healing inner child, south node in reverse, bottom of the deck. We saw this upright with the moon reading. I think seeing this in reverse is confirmation that you guys are moving out of this comfort zone towards more of this action, courage, Jupiter. You guys aren't clinging to this toxic comfort zone anymore. It was created from this inner child and worthiness wound. Both of you, in your own way, struggle with self-worth. Have a belief that you're not going to be chosen, you're not going to be prioritized. Control tactics, these fear-based patterns, are trying to gain control. You guys being hyper vigilant and see the threat coming, the threat detection patterns, filling in blanks with worst case scenarios, is you guys trying to control the narrative. Tell me, okay. Yeah, justice, balance, karma, forming structure and solid foundations. So with this in reverse, I was being very literally like justice system. This is taking me to like putting this person on trial, atoning for things that they didn't do. And they do it to you too. Other people have left them and they assume you're gonna leave them. Things are out of balance here. Those patterns need to be broken if you guys ever want to have a solid structure, foundation. If you guys want this celebration, gifts, abundance, if you guys want this positive outcome together, the way you guys move in this connection needs to be different, or just connections in general. Again, you guys don't have to stay with this person. North Node. We saw North and South Node in the other reading. Again, like, you guys need to watch that one, I guess. This was not meant to like cross promote, but there's a higher purpose to being in each other's lives. You met to hold up a mirror to each other, showing each other your fear-based behaviors so that you can start breaking them down, purging them out, and aligning with who you're meant to be in this life. Finishing up, yeah, they've been lonely. Strong boundaries are going to be very important here. It's also like boundaries with yourselves. I feel like this is going to be a lot of boundaries, like when your thoughts start spiraling, setting the boundary like not to entertain those thought patterns. Literally suspect and interference in reverse. It's making you so suspicious of this person. It's causing interference where maybe there isn't any. Those negative thoughts becoming its own third party. Someone's quite strong. They do only have eyes for you. I don't think you necessarily believe it. You have brunette. We have green eyes. Insomnia and marriage. Movies. Someone's a movie buff. Maybe you guys are getting signs through movies. Someone's losing sleep about this for sure. Maybe your anxious thoughts keep you up at night. Maybe they're up at night worried that, you know, they've created too much distance. We have marriage coming out. Yeah, breakup. The biggest source of relief, of burden, and the best way you guys could heal and move forward in a healthy way was to end this connection. Of course, that is up to you. That's your discernment. It's never my place to tell you guys what to do that way. Yeah, they love you, but I think this was at a pause. Again, things have been slow, but this has been at a pause for a reason. Things have had to be delayed. The divine feminine has these anxious patterns. And again, it's like maybe this has been paused and there has been this silence so that you guys do have to force you guys to face, like, you guys are really uncomfortable in silences. Why are you uncomfortable? Why is it so uncomfortable when things aren't going horribly? It's easier when things are like officially bad. In a form, we have flowers. Someone is very much an overthinker. And maybe you guys are getting back together or just like back on track after the pause. Someone might do some witchcraft. We have divine masculine and divine feminine. So again, very strong soul connection, divinely guided, met for a reason. Some of this is coming from a mother wound. Someone's quite tall. We have hazel eyes and blue eyes. Again, all of these patterns are trying to control a situation. Maybe for some of you the bridge is burnt, maybe it's not. That's up to you. Other signs and synchronicities will be in the description. Anyway, if this resonates, check out the other one and subscribe for more, I guess.